Hello, once more again. It's Doctor Magde on Did You Know? Back to the basics. On Did You Know? We empower you to know about your body, we empower you to know what is wrong. So, today on our series, we are going to talk about constipation. Constipation. So, what is constipation? Constipation is the inability to pass stools effortlessly and frequently. Our body is meant that we should pass stools easily, not hard stools. So I'm just going to go back to something that we taught the other day, which we call fiber. You can't separate fiber from constipation. So fiber, I said, is those food substances, that thing that is found in vegetables and fruits that enable your system to work properly, that enable you to pass stools that are not hard. So fiber can only be found in whole food. What is whole food? Whole food, I mean, it's a food that has not been tampered with. It's a food that is not processed. If you eat flakes, cornflakes and other cereals that are processed, you are not getting any fiber. And that's why now constipation is no longer with adult. Constipation is something from babies up to the elderly. There are different causes in all age groups. So ideally, one should pass stools at least twice a day if your body is working properly. One can see those who have had babies, that babies normally after eating they pass stools, so they don't have all these things. So it should be ideally twice a day to pass stools that are not hard, stools that are easy to pass. So there are many reasons why we have constipation. Number one, I've already said, it's a diet that lacks fiber. So if you eat white bread, if you eat refined cereal, if you don't eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, then there's a chance that you will get constipated. And the other thing that might cause constipation is not taking enough fluids, whether it's juice or water. Not taking enough of that can cause you to be constipated. But the other thing that is of note is that leading a hurried life. Normally, your body in the morning wants to pass stools, but if you are constantly late, you are rushed, you don't make time to go to the toilet, then you'll obviously have constipation because your system has not been trained to work properly. So I've said leading a hurried life, meaning you don't have a regular time to go to the toilet. And the other thing that can cause you to be constipated is traveling. If you are traveling, maybe you are flying for 10, 12 hours, 15 hours, you are in a strange environment and your body automatically is going to shut down. It won't give you you won't feel the urge to go to the toilet because you are in a strange area or you are traveling. And the other thing that can make somebody to be constipated, it's because people are working shift. If you're working shift, physiologically, your body gets so much confused because your body wants to work in a rhythmic way. But then if this week you are working this time, next week is that time, your body get confused and you develop a constipation. But the other thing that also makes people to be constipated is that lack of exercise or mobility. So for those people who are always in their cars, meetings, no time for exercise or no time for walking, there's a challenge that you could get constipated, especially if you don't drink enough fluids, especially if you don't take enough of those vegetables and fruits because the fiber is found in them. But apart from all these other reasons, the psychological thing, social things that can make us to be constipated, we can be constipated because of either disease or medication that one is taking. So a disease like cancer of the intestine will cause somebody to be constipated. Diseases like renal disease will cause somebody to be constipated, because normally when people have renal or kidney disease, there's a limitation on what you can take, because your kidneys, they are not working properly. Therefore, you have to take a certain amount of fluid but not exceed that amount. And the other thing that can cause constipation is diabetes. People with diabetes, their intestines, they are not working as they're supposed to be. So hence we advise them that they should eat a lot of fresh vegetables and fruits. And other condition like pregnancy, because pregnancy sit on your intestines and all that, it can cause constipation. So a lot of pregnant women will come with constipation. But other things like diseases that makes your tummy to be filled with fluid, we call it ascites. Those things also will cause you to be constipated. Okay, on the drugs, because I said it's diseases and drugs that can make you to be constipated. I've already talked sometimes about drugs like codeine. Codeine, the way it makes it dries the water in your body. It makes you constipated. And drugs like tryptophan or amitriptyline, they can also cause you to be constipated. But also common drugs like the drugs that they use, especially if somebody need to pass fluid out of the system, drugs like Lasix, those drugs, they can dry you up and you end up having constipation. So constipation is just a normal reaction to you not taking enough fluids, or unless you are taking disease, you are having a disease, or you are taking medication that can cause you to be constipated. Because the challenge is that if you're constipated, you are going to be more constipated, because the in the big abdomen, just before the rectum where you pass your stools, it is where a lot of water is reabsorbed. So if your stool sits for a long time in that passage, it's reabsorption. And the more it's reabsorption, the more it hardens and hardens and hardens and hardens. And the more it hardens, the more it becomes difficult for someone to pass the stools. So if you don't pass stools every day, the stool stays too long in the large intestine and harden as more water is absorbed. So why should we worry if I'm constipated? Unfortunately, the body needs to relieve all the toxins out. So if you are always constipated, you are going to suffer from fatigue. Fatigue is tiredness. Why? Because now your system get to keep toxins for a long time in your body. And the other common thing that you can suffer is piles or hemorrhoids, because when you go to the toilet, you are pushing. And the other thing is that you are going to be bloated, uncomfortable, passing, those bad smell things and all that. So the other thing that you can have when you're always constipated, it is heartburn. And also you can have a complication of things like appendix, because now your stools stay too long in your large intestines. So I think as I'm talking already, you know what you should do to prevent constipation, because constipation is a consequence of. So it means to prevent constipation, you need to drink enough fluids. But the key thing is that you need to train your body to be regular. Like pass stools in the morning and in the evening. But if you are always late, staying too long on the road, your body get confused and you will get constipated. So you must just eat more vegetables and fruits to avoid that constipation. So as I said, we do find constipation even in young children, as young as 6 and 7, because of our lifestyle. So if in the family they don't eat a lot of fruits, they don't eat a lot of vegetables, the kids just eat white bread and meat, that will lead to constipation. Because when I was talking about fiber, I said fiber is not found in meat. Fiber is found in fruits and vegetables. Fiber is found in whole food, in real food, not artificial food. So to avoid constipation, I repeat again, drink a lot. Start your day with water. Detox your system with water. If you can, start your day with fruits. But if your constipation is very serious, you need to get medication to relieve you. Or sometimes if it's that bad, you need to get an enema. Most people don't like an enema because it's an enema. You have to take it from the back, and that's one space that people don't like. But if you are seriously constipated, the medication is not working because your stools have hardened down there, for whatever reason, you have to take an enema. So it's easy to avoid being constipated. As I said, eat whole food, drink more fluids, water, know which medication is causing you to be constipated, be regular, exercise, walk. That's all that you need to deal with your constipation. So I say, drink your water, eat your veg, eat your fruits, exercise, then you are going to deal with constipation. Bye bye for now. This is Dr. Magde on Did You Know? Back to the Basics. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to comment, use the comment box down there. Thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.